Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. Zooming in on a topic of really how to repel toxicity or narcissistic pathological thinking in your life. Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to several viewers who have asked me to kind of elaborate on my own history, my own experience, my education. And as you might have been able to tell, I really focus on helping and healing others. I'm not here just to indulge and have a pity party here about myself and my own situation. However, it is a passion of mine to help others to the other side of being at the hands of narcissistic abuse. I grew up in a fairly affluent area, essentially the upper 1% of society, and really around a lot of very influential and affluential people as well, affluent people as well. Very much the movers and shakers of society, the people who really had risen to the top of their game through their intellect, through their business acumen, through old money. Really that sort of experience, and very high pressured upbringing, very demanding. I'm not going into specifics, but I have extensive experience with this population, and really began my study of psychology even in the high school level in terms of taking some electives. Began studying Freud, Jung, Erickson in high school and into the college level, and furthermore into my master's. And I really focused into this area, having personal experience quite extensively with this population, both personally and through just extreme experience with this population. So I'll just leave it at that. And I'm not going to indulge you too much on my own personal experience, because I'm here to be essentially as a pillar of strength to you and helping you to work through and what I found to be effective in my various studies. I mean, I've read into the hundreds of books in terms of focusing on in this area, along with my experience and really, healing through. I have a passion, and so that is my passion. And so I just want to give a shout out to the viewers who had inquired about my personal experience, or background rather. So I'll leave it at that. And anyway, we were looking at really how to expel the toxic influence, the toxic nature of a narcissist or a psychopath. So I want to really kind of focus in on really, can I reach this? Yes. You've got your repellent, bug repellent. If you want to be eaten up, essentially by a toxic person, they will, in essence, try to do that. So I want to almost refer to this as a narcissist repellent. How to be, rather than attracting a narcissist into your life, people who are going to abuse you, violate you, be more perpetrators, people who still keep you stuck, people who keep you blocked, people who keep you unhappy, people who are just toxic, and a very technical term, yucky. There's some people who are so narcissistic. I mean, you can see right through them. They just want to be the center of attention. They want admiration, excessive need of, kissing up to them, etc. It's just, it becomes really toxic. And, your role in life is not to just be subservient to another in that manner. So you really do need to know how to repel them. You do need to know how to declare your boundaries, declare yourself, and coexist. So really, how to repel them is really getting in touch with your own personal power, your own personal self, your own identity, what's truly interesting and important and valuable to you, and not what is valuable and important just as defined and dictated by a narcissist. Because a narcissist would just as soon have you follow suit, live to satisfy them, live to only respond to their needs, and live as an extension of them. Yet, really, as people mature and get older, they realize they can't continue to do that. It's backbreaking. they would, sooner break break, break backs to have you, being in their, being as their supply, being as their ego support. Many times people want to live a different life. They want to be empowered. They want to be liberated. They want the relief of that burden, because essentially there comes a time when you have to take ownership of yourself, and ownership of yourself is really about your own happiness, and living your happiness, living your bliss, having your own identity, and not just subservient and not just reacting, but more of action rather than reaction, is truly going to repel the narcissist in your life. And once you've really kind of exposed and healed through a troubling and toxic relationship, you're able to furthermore carry that with you into your other situations and experiences. So if you perpetuate that and act as an enabler and continue to be, have your boundaries violated, you can't really Albert Einstein has a quote, "You can't simultaneously prepare and prevent for war." That's Albert Einstein. In other words, if you're building up weapons, if you're building up defenses, if you're building up, these toxic, all this ammunition, you're prepared for war. You're constantly thinking about war. The same way is really, I feel, true with the narcissist. To really repel them, you can't, constantly live in defense of them and combative to them and up against them, and, keeping and satisfying them and living according to what they dictate. You really have to nurture your own happiness, your own viewpoint, your own voice, and being able to live that and express that in alignment with them around. And if you do that and they're repelled, they're going to basically be able to give you your space. Because you're going to be in command of your emotions, you're going to be in command of your body, mind, and spirit, functioning harmoniously as one, and they cannot, once you really have that locked in alignment, once you really have that integrated experience within, which takes practice, once you really have that, you will no longer be denied. You will no longer be thrown off and out of whack and out of sync by a narcissist. You'll be able to see it so clearly in being able to identify it, and you'll be able to engage that personal power part of yourself, and will no longer be infected by them, knocked down, or bit. So I hope that, and bit meaning not as a gigabit, but bit meaning like they're taking a hunk out of you and you're feeling like, I just got, taken advantage of and I'm pissed now. So I hope this experience helps you identify and to really practice this and apply this within your own life. Peace and harmony with you here today. Please do share. Please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussions, and support.